Welcome back, my fearless friend. I am MrFearless back here on the BerryCraft server. Today I'm joined by Blue.
Hello.
And we're going to build the Berry Library, because we found those very mysterious books, or should I say very mysterious books, in the last episode, and we need a place to store them so all the berries have a place to go find them.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we're going to start off by going into BlooJooce's creative test realm to actually set up this Berry Library, so it's a little bit easier for us to go to survival.
Yes, definitely.
So I think that's where we're going to go right now.
Okay, so we're officially in our simulated test realm. So what style are we trying to go for? That's first what we need to figure out.
Well, we could go medieval, Victorian, we could even go modern.
Well, do we really want to? I mean, it's supposed to be like a small little village. Well, what did libraries look like for you when you were, like, whenever you went to them a lot?
All the libraries
So,
I went to are sort of modern libraries.
Oh, okay. So mine was like really like, how do I even describe it? Like, it did not look appealing, but it didn't look bad, I guess.
That's how I would describe most libraries.
Yeah, it was like they always had these same entrance like that went out like as an overhang.
Oh yeah, every single library has that for some reason. Like they had that weird overhang, and I don't know.
Yeah, and then
dry or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then they, like on ours, there's like a little box drop right here where you can drop your books off.
Pretty sure you didn't go to the same library I went to.
Then there's the doors. So like I kind of like that idea if we go something like that. If we want to go with the overhang, then I'm ready to do it.
Well, what do you want to build the overhang out of?
Well, let's just start because we need to figure out how high we're gonna build this. So are we gonna do a foundation?
Yeah, let's start with a foundation.
All right. Are we gonna have a staircase up?
If we're doing an overhang, we can have the staircase up like further out, just like here.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, like if we throw the staircase up like that,
and then we have like a walkway up to the front door.
Okay, so we're getting something figured out.
Well, I think it's time to take a little bit of a break from the library. It's been going well, and I think we actually completed the build, but I'm not going to show you that to you until we actually build it. But for that, we're going to need to collect more materials than Blue and I thought we would originally need. So first, I think it's time to go back to the base, to this facade here, which unfortunately I really didn't get to show off when Foxy died, but that actually might be a good thing because I want to make some changes. But I want to come over here and actually finish this build for my teammate Amazing, because it's always good to help out your friends and make sure you're contributing enough to the friendship as they are to yours. So, especially considering he's my teammate and we need a storage building, I really want to get this done. And right here, we're actually going to dig out 3 blocks, because this is actually going to be another dormer window like that one. They really should add a woodcutter that would complement the stonecutter nicely and make wood making a lot easier. Wood is a lot harder to come across than stone, so I'd really like it if there was a woodcutter. Get out of here, creeper. We need to collect as much gunpowder as we can for firework rockets. Still quite pretty early in games, so they're not always easy to come across. So let's complete these windows. We're going to need 2 glass panes. So we're going to need all this stuff. 2 glass panes to go right here like this. Another sandstone block. Some stairs to finish the window, look. And up here, we're going to need the slabs. So we're going to take out our red nether brick and continue the pattern out just like this. And end the pattern with some acacia so it stays consistent along the top. Next, we're going to go over here and finish off this window as well. I've really designed more of a fantasy castle than a mansion, but it's okay. A lot of early Victorian builds were actually castles, or castle-like, because they thought castles were the epitome of wealth. Now that we have these 2 extra dormer windows in on the right and left, we can actually see what it's supposed to look like, though I think I made a mistake there, because I could see the former roof behind that window, so I have to go there and clear that out. But this is really what this entire section of the build is going to look like. And that really opens us up to take care of the other walls, finally. So we can actually see what this looks like in all its full glory. And actually, I do already see a mistake. There's supposed to be a stair block right there. But that's okay. We can always change it whenever we want. It's good to be able to change your stuff. If it's not working out, or it's not quite as you want it to be, don't be afraid to make some changes. Or to admit that you forgot something like I have. So, even with my messy scaffolding placement aside, it's good to admit you've missed something and get the fix all the way in place. It looks like we actually have one of our new berries online right now. She's just getting started. So now, I think it's time to tackle the other sides of the build. As you probably saw as I was building that stuff, I actually set out the framework for this build, and started building out some of the other parts for it. And that's perfect for what I want to accomplish, which is building up the walls, so that Amazing can actually get his build in. Amazing requested that I refrain from using too many windows on the side, because we're going to be setting up a storage system in here. So I took the liberty of designing some nice motifs to go along the walls, and that is going to be including some stairs you can see at the beginning of the design right there. And that's going to go on this side and that side over there. A good design may take a while to really craft, and that's certainly been the case for this build. Even though it's a very simple storage building, I put a lot of time and effort into making sure it looks good. And sometimes that's the case with builds. You try and try and try, till you actually get something you like. And here, I think I got something I really do like. It's not going to look too much like a mansion, as I planned in the beginning, more like a fantasy castle, but that's actually perfect, because typically, fantasy castles were Victorian. They wanted to get rid of all the defensive elements of castle building, but keep some of the look. So a lot of times they became very exaggerated. And that's the sort of the design you would see at Disney World, or any place else you think of, like maybe even Hogwarts is a good example of a fantasy castle. They were built after the time of when they would actually need defensive parts for castles, but still wanted to show off the wealth of the builder, or the owner of the building. So they made fake little crown moldings that looked like the little ramparts on a castle. They made big, exaggerated towers, and we're going to show all of that off in this build. I really wanted to create a nice wall design here, but sometimes wall designs can look very flat, and I wanted something that looked good, but had a little depth in it. And this is so we can actually cover up the redstone that's going to end up in the interior of this area. We don't want windows looking into that redstone stuff. Sometimes it's really nice to show that off, but here, it's not really necessary. I'm actually having some trouble getting over here to place these blocks. It's a lot easier and creative, but that's okay. We got this. I'm out of stairs, though, again. Those run out quick, don't they? We're going to have to go back over here to craft some more. But thankfully, our bud Amazing has collected plenty for us to use. Amazing has also been working really hard on the base below us, getting that all ready. And I hope his video on that comes out soon, because it's really good. If it hasn't already. Looks like Genius James has joined, another one of the new berries. We're going to welcome all the new berries. Excited to have them on board. They're all great people, you should check them all out. That is Genius James and A Writer-ish on right now, if I'm saying those names correctly. Oops. I don't think I've had the pleasure of seeing Rage Potato on yet, but I think he's in a different time zone than me, so it's not all too surprising. There we go. Place that block. And I forget how this design ends up at the top here, so I might have to pop into my testing world to see that. But that's okay, that's why I built it in creative. Let's go over here and do the exact same thing on this side, and then we're going to have to go do it over there as well. And these two sides are going to be identical, because they're really just the sides. There's not going to be much going on over here. It's really the front and the back that's going to be facing the valley down there that I wanted to have some distinguishing features. So this side and the front are the only really good looking sides, I think. But for this build, all the sides are pretty pleasant to look at. I'm pretty proud of that. Oop, we got a sneaky little creeper over here. Can't let them ruin our plans. Let's get rid of him. Come here, creeper. Get out of here. Oh, did that kill him? Yep, it did. That Power 5 bow does wonders to poor little creepers. Look at all this mess I've created with the scaffolding. It's just everywhere. Let me pickpocket. There we go. And let's work on this design over here. We're also going to need some more of these red terracotta blocks. really brings in our theme color and a nice little pattern, I think. I'm not sure this is very Victorian, but at the same time, sometimes you gotta experiment a little bit. I think it came out fine all the same. Let's hop over to the other side and actually get working on that one as well. Well, we've got the first floor done. The 2 wall sections and windows flanking either side. Next, we're going to tackle the second floor. I think the first step is going to be taking care of the trimming along here. Place a stair at every one of the intersections here with the timber going up and the timber going horizontally. And in between each one of those, we're going to place a single slab. Let's pick up that stair in a moment here. Next, we're going to work on the balconies, which are going to go on top these little sections here. So I believe the center one is a stair and these ones are slabs, like this. So the center one's a stair and these ones are not slabs, they're full blocks. And right here will be the balcony. There'll be acacia fences going all the way along here, and a little door right here. So if we find the center, which should be this one right here. At the center, we're going to have a door with 2 windows either side like this. And the acacia fences will go into the sides by the windows. And right here, we're going to have 2 acacia logs with a bit of red terracotta in the center to bring in some more of our color to the upper section here. And that's going to happen on either side, so it's just like this. And over here, we're going to repeat the same balcony pattern. So if we can hop over here and not die. Perfect. We're going to put a stair here, full block, right here, and here, with slabs in between, coming out like this, to complete the balcony. Can displace the block. Can't pick up all those. I've placed on an acacia log. And now, we need to find the center of the balcony, which I think is going to be right there. That's the door. The fences, again, will go along here, going directly into these. And these 2 will be windows. Do I have the stairs to actually set up the windows? Nope. Did not bring the stairs with me. They're over there. But that's okay. Get that in a second. And again, we're going to bring up this red strip here with the acacia flanking on either side to bring in some more of that red color we need. Because otherwise, they'd be very bland sandstone walls. And then here, I believe, is going to be a 2 wide window. Yep, 2 wide window right here. And we're going to need some more stairs to complete that. This part just goes all the way up to the roof, right there, which thankfully I have lined out already. Now that I've gotten much of the structure done, it's very important to concentrate on lighting. And for that, we've created these little posts in between the red and the acacia in order to slap down some lanterns so that these spaces no longer become spawnable spaces. And we've done that on either side just to make sure nothing actually has a chance to spawn up here. And it's always going to need to light up your builds so that it's easier to see at night. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a space underneath both these windows for light to go as well. Hidden light. So if I hop down here, I can actually grab some glowstone, if I remember where I put it. Oops. It's not nice. Skeleton, if you're not careful, you're just going to kill yourself on my armor. Yep, there's the glowstone. If we hop on back over here, up to these balconies, which I still have to put in the acacia fence for, if I remove these stairs and place some of our glowstone here, like this, and then go and replace those stairs, we'll actually get light traveling through, making sure that this balcony here is non-spawnable. And we can do the same thing over here on this balcony. So let me get out my glowstone. And place that here, like this. In places like this, where there is not much space underneath these to put the glowstone, we're just going to have to cover that in redstone. Redstone will prevent mob spawning as well as lighting, which is just perfect. And I think the last touch, before we get our redstone out and place it over there, is to actually surround these areas with our fences to encompass the balconies. And that should complete the look of this side of the house. Get out of here, creeper. Stay from my wall design. Now, we also want to light up these wall patterns down here. In order to do that, we have these convenient little places to place little lanterns. I actually really like these lantern blocks. They're really useful because they can hang like that. And that's just perfect for this, because it'll actually illuminate these little patterns we have here. And as you can see, this whole section is done, and actually we should be able to take down this scaffolding now, so we can see it in its full glory. Just have to make sure we pick it all up. Don't want to lose any of it. Watch it all cascade down on top of us. But once we have that all out of the way, we can actually see the full design on this side. The symmetry of this build is quite important. We have the two lower wall sections that I showed off in the very beginning. And on top of those, I put two balconies and two little dormer windows. And when you're building a very symmetrical build, you want the eye to really follow some lines and patterns in your builds. As you can see, we have a lot of incorporated lines going up and along that keeps the eyes of the viewer moving to see the entire build. And the symmetry of it really just highlights that. So we have two identifiable sections that are in line with each other. As you can see, the center of this window, this door, and this wall section are all the same, as well as here. Now, all we need to do is really build the other side to mirror it. And after that, we're going to have to tackle the back side that's facing the valley below. Now that we got 3 sections of wall done, it's time to tackle the 4th and final section, which is one of the most important ones. It'll be the one mirroring the front door, and the one facing the braid farm, in this lower valley area where we're going to build a lot of our farms. And just like the entrance, it's going to be basically 3 different sections. Although those 3 different sections are going to be a little different. So, I think the most important thing to do, or the first thing we should do, is to extend these acacia log sections all the way up to the beams, so that we can get a good idea of where we're building. We also need to get these leaves in here for some hidden lighting. So we're going to take these out and just go along the outside little area we have outlined here. And just intermittently place some lighting like this. Right here, underneath the other areas, where you won't be too visible because of the leaves. If I could actually place them right. And of course, I'm not going to be able to pick that one up, because bedrock. If you silk touch leaves, they're not the same as non-silk touch leaves, so you can't pick them up. Which is just fantastic. Now that we've partitioned off these little areas, it's time to actually get building. So if we find the center area, which I think is this one right here, we're actually going to have a little window here. Or actually, a large window, to mirror the door over there. So I think it goes something like this. And if we get out the stairs and place them on top, right above that is where the window will be. And right here, I think we have a little pedestal with a flower pot right here, but we don't have any flower pots right now. We can always get those later, though. And on either side, we have smaller windows. Now that we fixed the spacing issue, we can get on back to building. Right here, we're actually going to place another window, another little skinny window like those ones over there to complement the larger one, on either side of this bigger window. We're just going to take these all the way up to the next floor. Just like this. And I think that's pretty much how it goes. Do we have any glass? Perfect. We've got plenty. Got plenty of glass for these windows. So we can see we have one short and fat window and 2 long and skinny windows next to it. And that really mirrors the other side. Now we're going to place 2 more long skinny windows, just like that module right there, here and here. And that's going to go the same on the opposite side. And they're pretty much the same as these windows. Actually, I think they're exactly the same as those windows. It's time to tackle the 4th and final 2nd floor exterior wall. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you what Foxy,
Amazing,
and I were up to in the end. Well, I'm here with a couple of the other berries. Amazing Sound and Foxy Fiery Fury. I'm also being attacked by a couple Endermen, looks like. That's what I get for being expressive. But we're here actually to defeat some withers to get some beacons. So we're going to see if we can actually use that end gateway here, way out here in the end, to get us some really cool wither kills. Now there is a bug on Bedrock that if a wither ends up killing all three of us and it gets unloaded, it will become invulnerable to attack. So I'm going to stay here in the back while they deal with that thing. So if they die, or if something goes wrong, it does not become unloaded. And if all comes to worse, I can grab their stuff and just run. So right now I'm kitted out with pretty good gear. I've got protection 4 on 3 pieces and blast protection on 1 last piece. It'd probably be better to get projectile protection, but I don't have that yet. But it's all really good equipment. Got plenty of totems of undying, some ender pearls, milk, and lots of food. I've also brought my sword, my bow, and my pickaxe, if anything gets hairy. Now Amazing and Foxy have actually brought their own wither skeleton skulls. He's about to spawn one, it looks like. So we're going to see how it goes.
Running away!
Run away,
Run,
because
Fearless, run!
we haven't done this. Let me just make sure we're in the... Yeah, we're going to... I got 2 heads on. I'm about to pop the 3rd and see what happens. So hopefully we don't get killed by Endermen or anything along those lines. Here we go. Just don't look at an Enderman.
Yes. How far away do we need to stand?
As long as he's within range, and just make sure you don't get shot. Is he stuck in there? That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he is stuck and suffocating.
That is
Yes, he is.
positive. So I am just going to make myself a little Enderman platform here. I went up too high. It does. It does take forever to die.
Do we want to go over and wail on him, or is that a bad idea?
No.
It's a
If
bad
you
idea.
hit them with anything, including a bow, they can get loose. So we had that happen on one of my other servers where we were doing it near the central. We were doing it on the central island with one of them, and he shot it with a bow and knocked it out of the hole, and then we had him loose. But luckily, since I'm the admin on that server, I could roll it back to the last update. So we got lucky. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to actually cheat with the next round, and I'm going to do 2 of them at the same time. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but
No, I was going to ask if
Ooh.
we could do more than one at the same time.
you can. You can do, I mean, in creative, of course, you can stand there and do as many as you want, but
Mhm.
in survival, you really need to kind of be out of the way. I think I've been able to get 3 off at once, but it definitely takes some. Blow up. Come on. Blow up. Come on. Thank you.
There we go. They do take their time, don't they?
They do.
Yep. Gotta make you work for it somehow.
And look at that. There's the star.
Yay!
Perfect.
1 star down. Let's see. I gotta bring this up.
Now it gets a bit more exciting.
2, 3, 4, 5. This is gonna be fun. This is always nerve-wracking and scares the crap out of me. But we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do 2 at the same time.
You got this, you got this. Everyone run.
I could have gotten a 3rd in there.
Yeah, I think you could have.
We'll save 3 for the
And this is
grand
where everything goes wrong. Oh, enemy. He's mad at me. Go away. I don't know where he went.
You know, I kind of wonder if there was like a
3 potions,
dispenser
that
above them, like dropping flash potions of instant health, if it would damage them without knocking them out.
Maybe
You
lingering
know-
potions of instant health.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does some. I'm just wondering if there's a way to speed up this process.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really shouldn't be able to do it this way, so.
So suck it up. Foxy.
Yeah, we could just summon a whole bunch of raids. We'll bring a villager out here, get a bed. You know,
Have the raids do our work for us.
of course, why not? I can't wait for them to add the Wither Rose in.
You know what would be interesting?
Yeah.
That uses a raid to fight. So it's like an arena, but it just keeps dropping wave after wave of the raid for you to fight them.
I thought about doing that with another series I was on, but it was waves of zombies, not in an arena.
Nope, there's one.
That was lame. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
1, 2. No.
You're still, oh no,
Get
you
out
did.
of there,
Yeah,
get
there
out
you
of
go.
there.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got 2 seconds
I
to
placed a
spare.
piece of sand, soul sand down in the wrong spot. Nice. I got the 3.
That's
Woo.
awesome. Thank you.
I placed a piece of soul sand down in the wrong place. I was like, no, I gotta break that before I can put the spell down. Doesn't always work well. Whew.
Nope.
That's okay. Now we just wait.
And there are your 3 nether stars.
And bones. Does he? I got him. I got him.
This way.
Back home we go.
I'm concentrating so hard on not losing you.
Me?
Yes.
You can't figure out how to get back to 0-0?
No, I can. But the last time, like I said, I just died.
Oh.
Oh well,
I
I'll
see
do
it
it.
coming up already. Already here.
We are there.
Uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh man, I knew it.
Oh, you died?
What'd you do?
Ah, yes.
What happened?
I don't know.
You died with your nether stars?
Yes. Oh shoot. Did I?
No.
Oh man.
Did you put those away before you went there? And did you put them in the nether
I don't
chest?
I don't think I did.
What happened?
No.
Oh man.
I owe Foxy a shulker box because she gave me one. I know this is kind of cop out, but I'm gonna give her 2 pieces of diamond armor I have in my under chest.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got some stuff for you. I could give you a sword and a boot. I said a boot, like I'm giving you 1 single boot.
Raisin.
Okay, I'm breaking 3, looting 3 sword, so you can make it whatever type you want. And
Woohoo! That's perfect.
fire protection 4, feather falling 4, and then I'm breaking 3 pair of boots. They're not really good, but that's what I had.
No, that's awesome. I think these are gonna be my frostwalker. My water moccasin.
Perfect.
Yay! Thank you so much.
We can't leave a berry behind.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Especially after losing 3 nether stars.
Oh yes. Oh, that's just. Oh, it's so pathetic.
Well, unfortunately, Foxy died and lost all her nether stars, but I was able to get a beacon for myself. Amazing, one for our base, and he got one for himself as well. Now, getting back to the build we've been working on, we finally got all floor walls finished. All that's left is the roof. And I've been working on the roof for quite a while and creative. I'm quite happy with it. But it's going to take a lot of time, so I think it's best done in a time-lapse. Well, it took a lot of time and effort, but we finally made it. As you can see over there on the right side, Amazing started helping me out by chopping down some acacia trees, and you'll see him fly in a couple moments. This is actually going quite fast. I think it's times 32 speed. So you're going to see me fly through this build. It took me several hours to get it done. And the first thing, honestly, I wanted to do was to set up those 4 towers. Those 4 towers really add the most to the build, I feel. From below, you don't really see much of the roof, but from above, with Elytra, you see a very flat 2 chunk by 2 chunk roof without these towers. So I felt it was really necessary to add these. And we had already had a plan to add a center room up at the top of the storage system, as you can see me laying out the foundations for it right now, and adding a little bit of sections to it too, just like on the lower levels. And we're going to talk about what's going to go on the inside of that later, probably in the next episode. It took a long time to set this all up, so you can see I'm scrambling around, collecting blocks, placing them, and finally I'm getting to the roofs of the towers. I really want to give them a nice point, because it looks best from below and from above. It really adds more height to the build, which is great. And as you can tell, they're all actually identical, which goes to show that you don't really need too much variation to make it look good. You'll only see 2 to 3 of them at a time anyway, and from different angles, so they'll all look like they're at different heights, even though they're not, unless you're looking at a dead center. And as you can see, I'm actually finishing the roof with that center area. And it looks a lot like the roof of the larger area, except it's about one chunk wide. So I decided to add 2 more towers to the top, but this time give them both 2 different heights from the other 4 towers. And that adds a lot when you're looking at it straight on, and from different directions, because it really varies the height. Well, it looks like that's all for the video. I'll leave a little picture of what it looks like in its final design. There's a little bit of lighting I still need to finish to make sure the roof is non-spottable. But other than that, I hope you had a great day today, and if not, there's always tomorrow, and I'll see you then.